Welcome back to Brother B's Bees. I'm sporting my Cubs hat to send some good vibes to my cousin who's at spring training with the Cubs right now. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to hang a couple of swarm traps. I'm going to put one in that big tree that's behind me out in the middle of the field. Caught several swarms last year, but I didn't catch any in traps, so I'm putting up 2 traps this year. We are in early March. I had caught, I guess probably the beginning of the 4th week in March is when I had caught my first swarm last year. So scout bees will be going out in the next few weeks looking for new locations. I want to give them at least a couple of more options on my property. Okay, here's one of my swarm traps. You can see the entrance is here on the side. You just drive some nails or put a hook in a tree and just hook that on it. You see down in there, let me pull a couple on the bottom of that box. Now what I've done is I put some frames in here. I've got a couple of deep frames. I use medium high boxes a lot more than I do deep boxes, so I don't have as many deep frames, especially ones that are combed out. So what I've done here is I do have a couple of deep frames that have a little starter foundation in them. But these are frames that have actually been in hives, so they have propolis and so forth on it. And some of these, like this one, has been combed out a little bit. I've got in here, I think, 3 frames that have some combing on them. And so I understand that, you know, having bee smell, already having some combed out frames that they can put their honey in. When they swarm, their body weight will double because they're carrying so much honey with them, basically taking food with them for the road. And so it's nice if they can find a cavity like this where there are already cells that they can put that honey into. Okay, I have some Swarm Commander. It is designed to mimic the pheromone of a queen bee. It largely has the smell of lemongrass. That's what most compare the pheromone of a queen bee to. So what I do is I'm going to put a little on one end of this Q-tip. I'll also do another Q-tip, and I'll leave one Q-tip with just a little of it on this top frame. I'll put another one just inside this front entrance. Bees have a fairly strong sense of smell, so I really try not to put too much. I'll see, this is a little bit of an experiment. I haven't caught any in a swarm trap yet, so we'll see how this works and whether or not that's enough. Okay, the first swarm box is up. The entrance is pointing south, which is to my right. And you can see where it is in relationship to the hives. I caught 4 swarms on the bushes in this area, so that's why I decided to put a box there this year. We'll see how it does. Here is the second swarm box. You can see the other one there, just the other side of that awning. To the left of that is where the hives are. So this particular one is on a big tree that's out in the middle of a field behind the house. It's about 50 yards away from the hives, facing roughly south, a little bit southwest. Okay, today we have successfully mounted 2 swarm boxes as we are moving into swarm season. I'm hoping to catch several swarms this year. I caught 5 last year, but it was just by finding them hanging on bushes or trees. I would love to catch some in these boxes, so we'll try it out and see how it works. Thank you for joining me again for Brother Bees Bees.